Hi guys, Kemi here. Of course, you're welcome back to Kemi's Corner, where we talk about real life issues. And today we have something very interesting to talk about. And I have with me someone who will be doing justice to that topic. So today we want to talk about raising children in a digital age. We know how it was growing up, how our parents took care of us, raised us, and the kind of ideas they placed in us, like we have to be this, we have to be that. But right now, it seems different. So I have with me Dr. Precious Uwagbai. Hi, Doctor.
Hi, thank you for having me, Kemi.
Thank you
It's
so much
nice
for
to be
coming on
your
Kemi's
platform.
Corner.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
so the thing is, I had to adapt Dr. Precious to be here with me, to be in my corner, because I want to use one stone to kill two birds. So
All
thank
right.
you for coming, Doctor.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so let's talk about raising children in this digital age. What makes raising children in this digital age different from how it used to be when our parents birthed us, and how it used to be where they have to teach us, they don't teach us sex education then, but now it's quite different, and some other things. And looking at the fact that we are now in the digital world. Things have changed, unlike before, where before you can even have a phone of your own, you have to maybe get to the university or something. Even those days when there is no phone, it's a different ballgame entirely. But this digital age is a lot. What do you have to say as regards it?
Wow, that's an interesting subject matter. I would say raising kids in this digital age is far more intuitive, and we have to be intentional. Children nowadays, in fact, from the age of 2, you see them dragging your phone with you,
Exactly.
going on Coco. I told somebody humorously, I said, you do not know any child, any
Oh,
baby
yeah.
that has a phone, but Coco has billions of views.
Yes.
The
On
people
YouTube.
watching it don't have phone,
Exactly.
but yet the views keep skyrocketing.
Increasing.
What does that say to you? They glean information right on their fingertip.
True.
So in this age and time, we find children more cerebral loaded. They get informations very easily, they glean informations very quickly. So if you are not careful, your child will be smarter than you in the use of your own phone.
Food, which is good.
Which
Oh,
it has pros
okay,
and cons. You see, this sex education you talked about at the beginning, in our parents' time, we're able to, we cannot just know everything. There was that privacy. But right now, there is a lot of things that children can access without using the rating formula. They just pick the phone of their parents and they're there. And we need to be, like I said when I started, intentional and very careful with raising children in this time and age. Social media has taken us to another realm entirely. We need to use it for the right reasons and not for the wrong reasons. So there's a lot to do.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot to do. Let's talk about, you mentioned Cocomelon the other time, and children, the YouTube page having the highest view, and these children, most of them don't even have the phone. That means they're using their parents' phone.
Exactly.
And let's talk about screen time. I remember when my school, my kids' educator told me that they should avoid this Cocomelon and all of the likes.
Yes.
While some other people are like, it's good for them, for their development. What do you stand? Do you think it's good or not?
So from a doctor's point of view, I would say tone down on the screen time, because when you give them prolonged screen time, it takes their attention away from their academics. It affects their focus. It slows down their mentality. Yes, they are fast with the things they watch, but when you try to inculcate other things, like they say, when a child is born, their mind is tabula rasa. The mind is blank. So when you expose them to Coco so fast and all this Cartoon Network, and you allow them watch what they want to watch, you are filling up their mind with so much junk. When you try to put the intentional things, they become very slow. It starts turning them into dummies if you're not careful. So that's why we must be intentional. We must rationalize the screen time. We must make them know that you can do this between this time and this time. Don't give them the free.
Okay,
And apart from that,
yeah.
there's also the health implication of their eyes. You must discipline how they put the screen very close to their eyes. I've talked about their brain, I've talked about their eyes, also their sleeping condition. They will not be able to sleep well when you get them addicted to it. And then when they get addicted to it, if you don't give it to them, get ready for tantrum.
That's true. I agree with you. I agree with you. Now let's talk about parents. Some parents right now, because we try to put food on the table, we spend lesser time with our children, you understand? And this actually give them the opportunity, to do all sort of things because they know that parents are not always there. What advice do you have for such parents?
So that's why I am very critical as a practitioner to advise parents to create time for their children, because an absentee parent is a dangerous parent to the child. Let me, the question you just asked was part of my introductory point, but I decided to pause a bit and allow you come in. You see, when you lack financial freedom, you will never be able to have time for your children because of the rat race. We are out there trying to make
If you lack financial freedom,
you will not be able to create time for the children because you need to go and make money to pay their school fees. That's why I tell everyone listening to me right now, go after vision on time. You see, vision is a mental picture of your desired future. When you have that picture, go after it with the whole of your heart. There's a new course I'm talking to young people about now, which I discovered while working in Nottingham University Hospital in England. I discovered from the young people who come into our circle that these young guys, young girls do not finish secondary school and run to the university. No, they don't do that. They finish secondary school and decide what they want to become. And then they go and learn it as an apprentice. Or they go and take up that short course. And they finish the course and start working. I know somebody from Nigeria who used to be a bank manager with Zenith Bank. She's right now with HMRC in the UK, the tax company in the UK. And her boss is a 24-year-old boy who did not go to university
at all.
He just went to learn, did the apprenticeship, did the course, and got the job and started working.
Wow.
So you can actually achieve more.
Saying that, it means that there is a lot that is wrong with our system here.
Exactly. So I'm going somewhere. Don't forget I'm coming back to our parents.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not leaving you behind. So when you're able to focus and do what you were wired to do on time, study the course and start working on time, you are able to save. You're able to get money early. And then when you take that money and put it in an investment, you can earn while you're sleeping. And by so doing, you can have enough time to mentor your children. You're not an absentee father. You become a sugar daddy. You know what a sugar daddy is? A daddy with sugar to offer.
So,
not the other one.
But you know that many parents, even those that even pursue that vision and all. Okay, let me take someone like Dangote for instance. Do you think Dangote will have time for his kids?
So now let me break this down. Dangote will have time for his kids because he is not under the instruction of anybody. So he can decide and say, oh, that's the point. Let me give you a practical example. Our parents those days, before the digital age, would take the children to the farm. We are always together.
Yeah.
The more children you have,
that's where they get the money to feed the family.
The more children you have, the more farm you can cultivate. But right now, the parent is going to work. The girl is on the street.
And it's not like the work that the parent is going to, the girl is joining the man or whatever.
It's not possible. They will even tell you at the office, do not bring your kids. So we find a lot of girls, like I remember there was a case of a girl who came into the hospital. She wanted to do a D&C. And she met me and said, Doctor, I'm pregnant. Can you help me? Yes, a very young girl. And I was heartbroken because this girl was 17 years old at the time, but she had been exposed. Now, when I made inquiries, I discovered her dad comes back from work around 11 in the night. The mom returns 1 hour before the dad, 10 o'clock. So the girl is free.
She's free.
There is no one to ask her, where are you going? What are you doing? And peradventure, you think she doesn't know what they do behind closed doors. You are joking. We're in a computer age where she can go online and watch porn and see things.
I think it's high time that parents actually sit down, the mother, the father sits down to talk about that schedule. That's why you see most women like us, we actually have to deprive ourselves of that of our career. You know, we want to get somewhere in life, but we decide, okay, let me just step down a little bit. Let me just create time for the kids. If the father is going out to, get something that will put food on our table, I think I should, stay at home and take care of the kids.
So yeah, this is my take. I love parent. I want to give a shout out to all parents who are hardworking out there.
Yeah.
God will bless your hustle. Whatever you're doing, you would have positive results. That's my prayer for you. But as much as we give attention to making money, let's be intentional about raising our children. Let's create time for them. Let's listen to them.
Yeah.
I am very I'm in that class of a busy parent, but I thank God for the wife I have. She has listening ears. I remember my son was writing NECO. He came back one day and said, he won't tell me because I'm the action dad. He told his mom, he said, there's this beautiful girl that came to write NECO in our school. He was able to tell the mom, yes, about this beautiful. He would not try it with me.
At what age should sex education come in?
So with the female children, I would say you start inculcating it from the age of 10, 11, start telling them about it as parents, especially as mothers. Be intentional. Fathers, take your daughters out on a date.
Yeah.
Take them out. Let them understand you. I remember one day my daughter asked me, Daddy, what is lesbianism? And the African father in me kicked in. I said, where did you hear that from? And then my mental faculty told me, come on, listen to her.
Ask the question.
Calm her down, don't shout.
Yeah,
just
that's what most parents do. African parents,
Yes, we're very quick to be disciplined. My dad, if you do anything wrong, he's very quick to release the backhand. And before you know it, my elder brother will urinate on his body while my dad is talking to him. My dad is very strict. When I got to campus at 7 p.m., I feel my dad's eyes will know that I am not in my hostel. No, 7 p.m.
Okay.
Like he knows I'm out. That's why I don't keep late nights. I'm not able to keep late nights because the way I was raised.
Yes, you're used to it already.
So I want to encourage parents. Let's create time for our children. Let's listen to them. Let's ask them questions and let's sample their minds because their mind travel really far. Let's try and get into their mind, extract what they are thinking, listen to them, and very importantly, let's pray with them. Let's teach them how to give.
I actually love that. Let's pray with them. Let's pray for them. And let's also pray with them.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Precious, for joining me on Cammy's Corner. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me on Cammy's Corner today. And you listened to Dr. Precious who said, let's pray with them. And I say, let's also pray for them. Thank you for joining me on Cammy's Corner. Do you have a beautiful day? Bye.